artist. I mean, I guess that's all I can really say. I do music, film, painting, writing. Art for me kind of comes in phases. Like, for a really long time, I would have said film is the thing that really I bond with the most. At one point, I would have said painting, you know. Right now I'm at an interesting crossroad because I'm currently working on a film, I'm working on several music projects, and I'm in an art school where I have to paint all the time. All three of them are really important to me, and I'm kind of trying to sift out which ones I want to make more important. Art for me, like personally, is, you know, a way to cope with the pace of life and a way to document a life because I need it to continue to go on understanding who I am and what it means to be who I am, which I think is why a lot of people are lost. You know, it's the fact that they don't have that, and I've been really lucky to get that, to grow up with that, to know that from day one. I really try to make my art and documentation of who I am without sacrificing relatability. You know, art for me is a way to document that I am on this earth and that I lived for this span of time, and this is how I felt about it. For music, you know, I'm pretty much influenced by other music and, you know, day-to-day emotions, you know, and how I feel about the state of my life, you know, being a teenager. You know, it's such a vulnerable time for one to be just living. You know, you're experiencing everything kind of for the first time. You're becoming more independent, and I think that a lot of that factors in. The experiences that influence my music and my art at this point are the experiences that involve growing up, you know, in a way that I never really experienced until moving to Los Angeles, you know, going to high school, being who I am now rather than who I was 2 years ago. Painting is a very movement-based art for me. It's very much about where I'm at. You know, I think that, like, it's one of those things that age is really weird because I look back at pieces that I made years ago and I'm like, I don't know where that came from at all. And I think that it's probably my most evolving form of art, you know, because I've been doing it longer than anything else. My biggest theme, I think, throughout like all of my art, like, I think there's one unifying theme, and that's just my childhood. This perceived innocence was so like valuable. Like, it felt so, and it also felt so distant. It didn't feel like something that I could grasp onto now. And so I think a lot of my art tries to grasp onto it in a different way. It actually does successfully transport me to the more childlike aspects of my mind. And you know, for music, there's samples that I put in of my childhood. For painting, I'm an abstract artist. You know, I don't try to be something I'm not. You know, I just try to be as free form as I possibly can be when doing any form of art. And I think that a child masters that more than anybody. I think a lot of things about my age affect how people view my work, because for a while, I was really afraid to show that I had the body of work that I did. I think there's a lot of people that might not fully think that I know what I'm talking about, because I do try to address topics that are a little bit beyond my years, but I'm never being somebody I'm not. I'm never trying to be older than I am. You know, I'm always trying to look at whatever that mature subject is from a 16-year-old's point of view. I think high school is actually what made me the musician that I am today. You know, and I think age and experience and where you are in your life is so much where your art comes from.
1, 2, 3, 4.
there's tons of things that have changed my life, you know, in the last couple of years, and I think a lot of them have to do with the people I've met. You know, there's a lot of tracks out there that are just about what I feel, and because I feel like my life is going so fast at this point that everything is just like in my mind. It's all coming out, you know, through that art.